Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So today I'm going to make another video about a random game that I've played recently. That's something I bought in a sale on PlayStation Store not super long ago, but not in the last couple of weeks, and it's called the Ascent. It's a game I had on my radar for quite a long time, and it's often in sales, but I just always pick something else to buy, and even when I bought it I didn't play it, but I kind of thought it looked like, I like the Cyberpunk kind of thing. I like the way it looked, and everything I read about it said it looked great. It was a great looking game, and I saw some of the video and I thought it looked great. And the only thing I wasn't sure about was the shooting part, because until maybe the last 6 months I hadn't played that many shooters, as it were. But then I played Rage 2, I played Inquisitor Martyr, I played The Division, and I decided I like those games. Not all of them, I mean I like all those, but it doesn't mean that I like all shooter games, but I found that I could do the ones that I'm good at. Some I'm not good at, but that's another thing. So I decided to start playing it recently because, hey, why not play loads of shooter games simultaneously and get confused? So yeah, okay, so I've been playing it for 2 days, not straight. I always play other games unless it's an amazing game. I always play different games off and on, and I played this a bit yesterday, maybe 2 or 3 hours, and I played it about an hour today. So it's a really cool looking game. I'll show you the game, actually how the world looks. It's a really cool looking game. I can't fault how the graphics look, how the world looks. It looks fantastic, brilliant. So that's the first thing. The world looks good, the other NPCs look good, there's some good cutscenes, so that's the first thing. What else? So if you think of Shadowrun, Cyberpunk and Warhammer Inquisitor Martyr all getting together and having a kind of merge, this is kind of that. It's got the Cyberpunk kind of look and feel. It's got a lot of Inquisitor Martyr kind of feeling in the gameplay, running around shooting, the way the screen looks, the size of your character, and it's also got Shadowrun parts where you're unlocking things and doing things with Cyberdeck. So it's got kind of those three. There's other games probably, but those are the three that comes to mind straight away when I think about it. So more description of the game. So I need my character to show you. So I think I'm on level 6 now, and how this game plays is it wants you to die, not in a aggressive it wants you to die way, but it expects you to die, and you'll die a lot, because you level up and get more points towards leveling up each time you die. So the game expects you to die a lot. So for example, in the first basic mission where it's almost like a tutorial where you're just fighting some weird little creatures in the kind of sewer city, you'll die a lot. You'll die all the time because they'll jump out at you, you won't have a melee weapon, they'll jump close to you, you won't be able to kill them, but you're meant to, because the more times you die, the more times you'll be getting more points to leveling up. So there's no loss to dying a lot. If you die, you come back to a certain point, but it's never too far back. But I would say it's a game where you have to 100% like the combat. And I do, but if you don't like the combat, then the fact you have to keep going back and doing it over and over again, it's the same missions over and over. They always feel a little bit different. If you die, you go back and the enemies come from different ways, sometimes with different amounts of enemies. It's not exactly the same. But if you don't like the combat, doing that's going to be really annoying fast. But I like it, and I don't mind that. I quite like, I've really got used to the fact that I expect to die and I just come back and do it again. I think this level, which is getting from one place to another, I've done 15 times, and that sounds a lot, but it's not in the context of the game. And I don't mind, I die and you come back and you die. It's a little bit annoying when you get near to a point where you think you're near the end and you get killed by one last enemy, but it's less annoying than most games because you realise you're kind of expected to die and you know you're benefiting by dying. Anything you pick up when you die, including loot, points you keep when you've died, so that's all good. The character modelling looks good. There you can see that's me with a baseball bat, and there's me with a cool looking gun. There's loads of different guns. You pick up stuff you can buy. You can dress yourself in different stuff. And there's loads of bits and pieces of customization. You can see how the character looks on the screen, which looks exactly the same as the character looks in the portrait, which is all good. There's not much camera movement in the game. You can't really zoom in or out, and it's from that perspective, but it's fine. Things that happen in the game is you can't hang on to health packs. So what happens is the enemies will drop them when they die. They'll drop mini health or bigger health boosts, and you can also find these kind of machines where you can, I'll just do it to show you, you can buy one, and there's quite a lot of these scattered about. So it's a game where you are expected to die. You will need to be seriously on the fact, I think I'll buy another life actually. You'll seriously need to be on your weapon ammo, and if you see that you're going into a mission with low ammo or you're running out of ammo, just rearm yourself or reload your gun, because the last thing you want to do is run out of ammo. You can see I've got 3 health bars there, and that's because I've been playing a while. Originally you have 1, so I'll buy another thing, and you can see there's another one, and that'll level up that, and I can probably buy another one and fit that in my ever increasing, oh no, that's enough, I can't do another one. But you can see the space for that when I get more. You can see there where it says HP, so the more I add to that, which is in the skills menu here, which I advise you to put a lot of points in early, then it will make me able to have more health, so that's all good. So that's all that, and the rest of the game is interesting. There's loads of interesting little characters, there's side missions, there's main missions. You switch between your gun quite easy, and I would always advise you to, I don't care what weapons you've got in this, always have a melee and a ranged weapon, because things are going to come. There's lots of melee units that run at you, little creatures, people with baseball bats as well, or worse, and when they get near to you, a gun's no good, and they will get near to you because sometimes there's quite a lot of them, so you'll need to be able to swap up between a melee and a ranged weapon. I am hoping to find something better than a bat. I want to find a sword or something like that, but anyway, so I'll just show you a bit of gameplay if I can find you one to kill. There's a little thing you press where it will show you where you have to go, which is all cool. It's very easily well done actually. It shows you where you need to go. You won't ever get lost, although it's quite a complicated little world. You've got a little map up there. So you can see here you can augment yourself like you can in Cyberpunk. I've not done that yet, but you can add bits and pieces to yourself, and these cyber decks and things like that. These mission maps that show you where you need to go. And I'm not going to go into everything about this game straight away, because this was kind of like my first thoughts of the game. There's lots of loot to pick up. You might think you'll go around the corner and there's nothing there, but there will, so I check out everything. Crates and stuff, when you die or when you run away, they've come back again, so there's a turret here which I need to just kill, which is what killed me last time. And I'm going to do the thing I would do in other games with a turret. I'm going to bash it. Take that, you turret. Because shooting a turret is not easy, and hitting a turret with a baseball bat is easy. So there you go, that turret's is no more. It's a non-turret. I'm going to go back and first I'm going to check. You can see on the right there, that's my ammo. I'm going to rearm. As you can see, these crates are already respawned, so you can keep going back. Sometimes there's nothing in them. Big loot crates that you open with specific stuff in it, they don't respawn, but these random crates you break and walk through, the difference is some you have to open. Opening ones don't respawn, but the ones that you walk through, there's loads of them and they always respawn. So there's that health I bought, which I knew of course in advance I was going to need. There's another crate. There's no harm in there. You can see that's one of the ones that I opened, so that doesn't respawn. And I'll buy some more health, because you will never have enough health in this game. Trust me on that. So that's kind of how it works. I'll see if I can find some guys to shoot rather than shoot a turret. But yeah, it's a fun game. It's more difficult than, the thing I think this is nearest to in how it plays is Inquisitor Martyr, of the games I've played recently. And it's more difficult than that because it's much more easy to get killed, but then you just come back, so it's not the end of the world. I'd say it's fun. Like I said, you have to really enjoy the combat in this to want to do it, because you will have to end up playing the same combat over and over again if you die. Okay, we've got to our new place. Everything might have something in it, so you can see I just walked next to a broken, I don't know, runner, spaceship, whatever it is, and they've got open, and you can find stuff in them. You never know what you're going to find stuff in. The game saves automatically, but it saves at quite a lot of different points, so it will save when you get to a new area. I think it saves when you change your weapon, things like that, so you won't have to go back too far, so it's all good. And as I seem to have cleared this bit, and I'm probably going to go to where there's a dialogue part, I'm going to end this video. I will definitely do another video about this game when I've played a bit more. Like I said, this was just the kind of first basic impressions, having played through a couple of levels, and I would recommend this game if you like this kind of game. It is what it is. If you like Inquisitor Martel, you will love this. If you like Cyberpunk, you will probably like it, but it's a different kind of combat. If you like Rage, you will probably like this. And if you like Shadowpunk, you may... Shadowrun, you might like this, although Shadowpunk sounds like a good name for a game. Shadowrun, you might like this, although it's not turn-based, so you've got much more going on when you have to run around. But it encompasses all those games, and probably other games I've not mentioned, but it's, like I said, I already knew when I looked at it the first time, and it's been out a few years, that I liked everything about the aesthetic of it and how it looked, but I wasn't or enjoy the kind of gunplay. But having played those games I mentioned earlier, I realised I quite enjoyed that. So yeah, I would recommend this game if you like the games I've mentioned or others that are similar. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming, playing the Ascent. Till next time, take care for now.